Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with a few more matches with the Rally, the Constellations deck that I played on the Playing on a Budget. I really enjoyed this deck and I wanted to try it out in the metagame a little bit more and add a few cards here and there, try out a few more things. I've taken out some like Drown in Sorrows and a Merciless Executioner, and we're going to put in two Doomwake Giants and an Athreos in the sideboard. That might give us a little more. This will shut down a lot of the token-based strategies. Athreos will definitely help us against control, and the Whip will help us against any sort of aggro strategy as well, another way for us to gain life. Don't know how well I feel about Whip. Another card I've really thought about putting in here is Palace Siege. Huge fan of Palace Siege with like Grey Merchant, and I think that Palace Siege probably has enough synergy with this deck to really, maybe not. I'm not quite sure if Palace Siege would just be too late for this deck. But with Palace Siege, you could get back at least a Grim Guardian, or you could get back a Merciless Executioner combo, I guess, out of the sideboard. But again, now that I'm looking out of it, Palace Siege probably isn't the way to go with this deck. So the one thing I am thinking about running is one more Grave Strength. They tend to do very well. It just, I want the two main board Underworld Coinsmiths. I want to have the availability of 4 Underworld Coinsmiths and 4 Nyx Fleece Rams, because one of the matchups that we do struggle against until post-sideboard is the boss slide type decks and the white-red aggro, or any sort of aggro-based strategy, and Nyx Fleece Ram and the Underworld Coinsmith just completely shut those strategies down. So I'm thinking that this is the right list to run. We're going to maybe test out one more Grave Strength. I just don't know exactly where. I don't want to go down to Merciless Executioners, so I do want Answers versus the Heroic-based decks, and 2 Merciless Executioners are just great. And Whip of Erebos is another great card against that matchup. So we'll play some matchups here and see how well we do against the. I want to see something we saw in the Playing on a Budget. We saw 3 control decks and a kind of a red-green aggro-based deck. So I want to see how well it works against Abzan, how well it works against the Boss Slide, like the hyper-aggressive decks, and I do want to see that Heroic matchup. And if it can take all 3 of those, this is a serious deck. So again, I was pleasantly surprised with this. This has more of the rogue type feel than a lot of the Playing on a Budget episodes, so I'm going to test this out. This has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.